I quit my childcare job after 6 years because of the parents, not the kids. I used to love working at the daycare center in my town. The kids were amazing, even the difficult ones. But after dealing with so many terrible parents, I just couldn't do it anymore. It started on my first week when this couple dropped off their 3-year-old daughter. They were both dressed up for clubbing at 8 a.m., reeking of alcohol from the night before. The mom handed me a dirty diaper bag and said they'd pick her up whenever they woke up later. This became their routine every single weekend. Then there was Marcus, this sweet 5-year-old whose dad was clearly addicted to something. He'd show up to pick up Marcus with dilated pupils and shaking hands, sometimes hours late. One time he forgot to pick him up at all, and we found Marcus sleeping on a cot at 9 p.m. because nobody answered their phone. The worst was this mom named Jessica, who already had 4 kids under 7. She'd drop them off looking exhausted and miserable. One day she came in crying, telling me she just found out she was pregnant again. Her husband wanted a big family, but she was drowning. I watched her fall apart over the next few months. But the incident that made me quit happened 3 months ago. A new family enrolled their baby, only 6 months old. Both parents had good jobs and seemed normal at first. Then I noticed the mom never held the baby during drop-off or pickup. She'd just put the car seat down and leave. One day the baby had a fever and we called her to pick him up early. She showed up furious, yelling at me for ruining her nail appointment. She said that's what we were paid for, to deal with sick kids. The baby was burning up and crying, and she was mad about her nails. I asked her why she even had a baby if she didn't want to take care of him. She looked me dead in the eye and said her husband threatened to leave if she didn't give him a son. She got pregnant to save her marriage and now expected us to raise him while she lived her life. That's when I realized I'd seen the same pattern dozens of times. Parents having kids for the wrong reasons. To fix relationships, to fit in with friends, to make their own parents happy because they were bored. Never because they actually wanted to be parents. I saw financially struggling families have a 4th kid they couldn't afford. I saw a 19-year-old drop out of college to have a baby with her boyfriend who left 2 months later. I saw parents dump their kids with us 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, because partying was more important. The kids would cry for their parents who never came. They'd beg to go home to empty houses. They'd tell me about being left with grandma again all weekend. These weren't bad kids, they were neglected kids with selfish parents. I turned in my resignation the next day. My boss begged me to stay and said I was the best teacher they had. But I couldn't watch one more parent treat their child like an inconvenience. I couldn't smile and pretend everything was okay when I handed kids back to people who clearly didn't want them. Now I work at a bookstore and I'm so much happier. No more watching kids suffer because their parents made horrible decisions.